Is it the age of Aquarius? That's what we're going to talk about. In 2023, Pluto went into Aquarius at the end of March and all the way to the beginning of June, and we got a little taste of that energy. So is this marking the beginning of the age of Aquarius? Let's talk about that energy and when it really kicks in. I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we're talking about the age of Aquarius. Now, an age lasts about 2,160 years, and that is the time that it takes the vernal equinox to go one constellation. So it goes around the entire zodiac in about 26,000 years. So from the time of 0 BC, when Jesus was walking the earth, or born, so we've been in the age of Pisces. And Pisces is about self-sacrifice, pain, suffering, escape, but also spirituality, psychic ability, and how we interact with the universe. So we're going into the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius, being that it's more than 2,000 years, there's a cusp, there's an energy of feeling it as it's starting to happen before we're fully into it. And I think that we've been going through that. Now, there were people who have said that during the 1960s, there was a lot of planets in Aquarius, and that was the mark. But I'm not sure if that was actually the point. I think more is that we're on the cusp and we are going into the energy fully. See, I believe that the age of Aquarius energy really started with the wide use of electricity and radio. So now in the 1880s and 1890s, there was so many huge technological breakthroughs that brought us the telephone and the telegraph and wireless communication and the use of electricity in everyday homes. And so this changed the lives of everyone. Now, around that time, Pluto was going through the sign of Gemini, which rules communication, and around 1886, it was making a trine to Uranus in the sign of Libra, which is one-on-one connections. And so, and Uranus also rules electricity. And so there was a lot of breakthroughs. But then in 1888, Neptune in Gemini caught up with Pluto and made a conjunction. And that was, it was exact in 1891 and then continued to 1897. But that was the point where the boundaries were removed. That's what Neptune does, is it dissolves the boundary or obstacle between two things. And so therefore, at that point, there was an understanding that this could be widely used. So let's fast forward to now, when I think we're at the end of this cusp and about to go into the full not Pluto, but full age of Aquarius, marked by Pluto in Aquarius, which in next year is going to be in Aquarius from January to September, and then it will be back in December, and it's going to stay in Aquarius for about 20 years. But more importantly, and more like that time in the 1880s and 1890s, Pluto in Aquarius is going to form a sextile with Neptune in Aries, and then Neptune in Aries forms a sextile to Uranus in Gemini, and then Pluto will be trine that Uranus, and that's happening in 2025, and then it will be exact in 2026. So we have those three players again coming together, with Uranus bringing the technology, Pluto bringing the transformation, and Neptune removing the boundaries. So I think this means that the new technologies that we're seeing, and new technologies that we haven't seen yet, but that are coming out very, very soon, are going to change each and every one of our lives. So what does this mean for us? Well, Aquarius is about reinventing everything, about letting go of the old and embracing the new. It rules groups and organizations and how we fit into society. And so, who's our connections? Who do we feel comfortable with? At the same time, it's about wanting to be completely autonomous and independent. So it's like you want to do your own thing, but you still want to hang out with your buds. Aquarius rules rebellion and this big desire for freedom and freedom of choice, and to do whatever it is you want to do whenever you want to do it. And of course, Aquarius rules technology. And that means new ideas and looking at the new things that come and looking at them with curiosity and excitement. Now, to some, that sounds a little scary because, the technology seems to be coming in so quickly. When I was a little kid, my parents sat me and my siblings down and said, do not put a penny in the electrical outlet. It will kill you. And so, of course, later generations had little covers and all of that. But initially, we had this thing in the house that we needed to survive that could still kill us. And so I think that this is relevant to the time we're going into. I think that we need to be mindful of it. We need to, treat it with respect, but also understand that we're going to need this on a daily basis. The most important part of going into the age of Aquarius is to allow change to happen and to look at the future with curiosity and not with fear. There's not one single person who's going to understand all of what's happening. It's just too much information. But if you will look at the parts that you need in your life, I mean, it's like I say many times, I don't need to know the parts of a car to drive one. It's important to, openly look at different technologies and say what is useful to me and not worry about the rest. If you remain open and flexible and ready to pivot, the age of Aquarius could bring you so many wonderful things, just like radio, telephones, electricity have brought us for this last 130 years. And that's it. I'm going to have more about Pluto and Aquarius in future videos. And also consider signing up for my newsletter on my website. I'll be having more articles and interesting information in the monthly newsletter. See you in the next video.